It's Thursday and we meet each other again. The WIP crew is ready for this virtual event. The seas might be rough, but we will have a jolly time. Is everybody here? Are the avatars in line? There's so much going on in the NFT world. It seems like uncharted sea. Let Matthew and Drizzle guide us through. The speaker is ready and so are we. Let's keep sailing on the Metaverse. Thursday's when the lightning strikes. So listen up, there's a lot to learn. Keep the treasure in your sight. Please no one get the veggie draw. Just upgrade your microphone. Together we're strong, we ain't gonna stop. Welcome to the WIP Meetup.
Boom. Quick mic check. Can y'all hear me okay?
Veggie drawer, but yes.
Good. Yeah, we're doing a new setup. We have to do a little bit of screen sharing, so audio, yeah, maybe a little bit veggie. Let me try something real quick. Does it sound a little bit better?
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you. New setup. We're going to be doing some streaming. First of all, intros. Let's get into it. It's Matthew, aka Niftytime. Welcome back to the WIP. We had a little summer break hiatus, a couple weeks there. I hope folks were able to touch grass, sand, water, all the above. I know Rizzle's recharged. We recorded a pod. We're going to get that out a little bit later today. It was great to catch up, sync, see where the hell we're at. Some fun, crazy stuff is going on. Excited to unpack that on today's show. Leaning back as we do, coming back after a break, we usually like to keep it in-house to keep things nice and breezy. So I'll be doing a little bit of chatting, yapping about the project that Cam and I have been building called Tipn. We're doing some screen sharing, and then for folks that are on the Purple app, make sure you let me know what your handles are. I know most of y'all, but if I don't spot y'all, we're going to try to make it rain today, show everyone how this app works and how you can use the app that we're creating called Tipn right away. Should be fun. Excited to get into that. So since I'm going to be talking a whole lot more, I'm going to shut my mouth up real quick now, pass the mic over to Rizzle so we can get the hype train rolling for today's WIP. Get it.
Reading the chat. Yo, let me get a mic check. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah, sick. All right, yes. Bear with us, everybody. If you were here like several weeks ago after we took 1 week off, you know how chaotic it is after we've had time off and are trying to get back to it. We took 2 weeks off, and so we should probably not do that too often. So we're gonna figure it out. If you are listening to me, we're in the general channel of the Meme Explorers Discord. And that's where the chat will be going on and links will be dropped. Matt's going to be doing some screen sharing in there. You will be able to see this in Hyperfy as well. But if you're in Discord listening, you'll want to mute your Hyperfy tab, because if you remember the last time we did this, I bombarded or like barged my way into a conversation unnecessarily because I did not mute my Hyperfy tab like I tell everybody to. So do that if you're getting double audio or that kind of thing. Let's see, what else we got going on? You should follow our stuff. If you weren't here last time, the footage is up on the YouTube channel. If you don't care or have seen it or were there, you should still like and subscribe and help us manipulate all of the algorithms to the best of our ability, because we're not that good at it. I don't know, Matt's project may help us out. This is going to be a great WIP this week, because sort of like an in-house thing. As most of you know, Matt's been involved with Tipn, with Cam, the crew from Sen, from like way back in the day, who did something similar, and their shit is like catching some traction. And so this is the WIP where we're like happy for Matt that his project's doing really well, and we're like, Matt, get in here and give us some of this fucking money, dude. And you're like, got a tipping app, and we want to know how to get it. I'm joking, but like kind of serious. In all honesty, I think you guys are going to, y'all are going to appreciate how complicated this is under the hood, and then like see how easy it is in execution. And you're going to like walk away from the WIP today and be like, I didn't actually need to know like all that shit in order to use this thing, but you're in the know, and then you kind of, you know, you got the inside information. That's what we're doing out here. So Let's see. You're gonna want to sign the guest book for a number of reasons. Let's see. So I'm gonna drop that in here. And you can also do it properly in Hyperfy. I'm going to drop the link to Hyperfy. It's going to pop you right in front of a gigantic Babachi character with the Stella Cat trait. And if you haven't been paying attention, Stella Cat donated like so much stuff for us to give away. So we need to do like a little like social media shout out to Stella Cat and hook y'all up with like a whole bunch of stuff from Josie's Drifters collection. And we got some like really cool stuff to give away. So you're going to want to be in world. You're going to want to sign the guest book. Fabiano, Patricia, we got pirate rats that are going to be sliding into your wallet. So once again, if you haven't been paying attention and you've been coming to the WIP, check your OpenSea hidden folder, regular folder. We've been sending you a lot of cool stuff and a lot of rats. So do that. If you have questions for anything that's going on today, hit show in the chat box in the general channel at SHO, and he will relay them probably to Matt. It seems like he's going to be on running point today, but you never really know what's going to happen. So we're going to take a group shot at the end. It may or may not have something to do with you being able to get some of this stuff. So once again, get in world. And if you're hopping in for if you're new to this or old to this, you should know what we're doing here. We've been doing this for like 6 years now. Just call it 60. It's like Metaverse public broadcasting, and we've had everyone come through here that's important in Web3. If you like what we do, you can donate to the WIPmeetup.eth, and it gets chopped up amongst our crew. If you want to donate us a whole lot of money, you can hit up me or Matt, and we have not rugged anybody the entire time we've been out here, so we're like as good as it gets out here. So send us all your money. If you want to give out a bunch of stuff to our audience, like Stella Cat is doing today. Stella Cat is just an OG legend member of the community who just wanted to give stuff to us. So if you are like her, give us your stuff. We'll give it out to our audience, and we all love stuff, and you'll be appreciated. And we'll do some weird shit like we're doing today. Shout out to the crew who makes this happen week in and week out. Foxy Yoga, Easy, Paradox Show, Dragonade, Commonwealth the Stowaway, Broke Off the Chef, Fabiano, Patricia, Fractilians, Johan, Matt, Metageist. Thank you all so much for coming out. I probably missed some things, but we took a couple of weeks off. I was like, way not doing this, but missing y'all as always. So I'm going to throw the mic back to Matt. And in the meantime, do all the things. Sign the guest book, hop in world, climb on this cat, and listen to the inside information on Tipn and figure out how to get this going here if you're not familiar. So Matt, dude, this is always so weird when like we are presenting our own projects, but it's a shill fest today, dude. Let's do the thing.
Yeah, super shilly WIP. Excited for this. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, your audio is good.
Cool. All right. Hey everyone, my name's Matthew. Also go by Niftytime. I do some internet things. Excited to be here at the WIP chatting. Anyway. Terrible jokes aside, I'm going to start sharing my screen right now. So it should be going live in like literally right now. So click into me. You should be able to see my screen. I'm hopping over to the purple app. Can you give me a thumbs up? Let me know if you can actually see my screen.
Yes.
Sweet. Cool. So I'm on the Tipn account in Firecaster. You'll see the feed that everyone like recognizes that's been in the app, and I'm excited to show you and tell you about what we've been building with Tipn. So Firecaster is pretty cool for a few reasons, one of which being that you can just like build apps that then populate in this like mini app store that they have here. You can do a lot of different things. But our app, Tipn, is currently top of the mini app charts, which is pretty dope. And it's really simple. It lets you turn on money streams, and it lets you turn the like button on Firecaster into a tip button. So the way that you do that, I'll demonstrate real quick, is you get into the app and you're going to see two sections. There's a like to tip approval. This is like an allowance, how much USDC we would actually like to tip total. I have it set absurdly high because we just want to give money away, but other folks do like $10, $20, so that it's sort of always on. And then there's a tip value. Currently have this set to $1 USDC because I want to make it rain on a few folks here today. And then that's it for the like to tip feature. Once this is set, you can literally get out of the app. And I see Easy in Crypto saying something, so I'm going to search for Easy on the Purple app. Boom, right here, going through here. This is a vibe, so I absolutely need to tip in like that. This is that action right there, sent Easy $1, which is pretty crazy to think about. I can do it again. Well, I see Rizzle right over here doing this, so boom, I'm gonna like his shit too. We'll keep doing this heading forward, but the way that we can track this is we go to the wallet, we go to activity, you can kind of do a little refresh, and you'll see that boom, sent $1 to Easy in Crypto. Rizzle's payment is populating, so it'll be going up there, but it's as easy as that for sending tips via like. Cool, that's interesting. All right, is that it? No, there's much more. So if you also looked at that history there, you'll see that with that $1 and then with the tip I sent to Rizzle, there's an extra transaction you can see for 0.01 USDC or 1 cent. So every tip that folks make, every like to tip that folks make on the app will charge a little fee. So that fee is capped at a maximum of 1 cent, or for tips that are set 10 cents and below, there's a 10-cent fee that's captured. Now, this is where we start to get a little bit interesting, in my personal opinion. So, as you know, literally last month, June 17th, we launched the Tipn token. The Tipn token is a rev share token, right? So you earn it by tipping like I just did. And based on the fees that I pay into the protocol, I'll get a certain amount of Tipn token every day. And if you're in the app, you can go to the earn section, right? Because I'm tipping, earning as a result. And in here, you can see a few things, like the amount of all-time USDC tips I've received, or this account's received rather, allocations, which I'll talk about later, and Tipn rewards. So these Tipn rewards have accrued because of all the USDC I've been tipping out. And this happens every single day. If I'm tipping today, this evening, I'm going to have more Tipn rewards to claim. And the claim process is super simple. Literally, like write this. You claim, the little on-chain transaction magic is happening, boom, I have that claimed. And as I'm going down here, I can stake Tipn, right? You can see I have, the Tipn account has like 1 million staked. I just claimed 12,000. So boom, let me stake that real quick. 2 clicks, staking. Boom, added to my stake. All right, so like why am I staking this? Like I mentioned, because the Tipn protocol is generating fees every time that someone sends a Tipn like, and for reference, like yesterday, over 130,000 on-chain tips were sent. So, and we accrued roughly over like almost $900 in USDC tips captured. So because I'm staked, right, the fees are distributed to the Tipn stakers. And we call those USDC rewards. And all time, this account, based on our Tipn stake, has earned $70. And there's $30 that are claimable. So I'm going to go claim that $30 now because I'm going to go Tipn like a little bit more, which will earn me more Tipn that I can stake to earn more USDC. This is the flywheel that we're trying to socialize, which is interesting. So if you're using this network and you're growing and the network is growing, the rewards are growing, which is attracting more people there, which is just making it an attention flywheel on top of like a value flywheel. Okay, right, this is pretty cool, right? We introduced this thing called Tipn allocations, which if you've been on the Purple app, you know degen, like comment tipping, you go to a cast and you reply with like a number and then the degen ticker. We can do that right now with Tipn. So we put in a group of allocators, we're calling them users across the network, that we've given allocations to. And a lot of you may have allocation to. We're not. We're refreshing this every Tuesday. If you don't have it, don't get too upset. But if you go into the app again, you'll see in the Tipn section, go to the bottom, there's this Tipn allocation section. I have like 26,000 Tipn left to allocate. And this is pretty special too. So I see Cheddar Queso in the audience. Let me hit you up with a nice little allocation tip. So boom, Cheddar Queso's right here. Who's going to ETH Global NY? Not me. I give you $1. But let me let you know that, how can I reply? Here we go. Sorry, I can't go. But let me give you a little bit of Tipn. Cast. So I literally just sent Cheddar Queso 1,337 Tipn. If you go here, my allocation has decremented. And Cheddar, if you go into your Tipn app right now, you go to the earn section, in the Tipn allocation side, you'll see, or you should see, that 1,337 of Tipn that I just sent. That's instantly claimable by anyone. For folks that don't have the Tipn app, they just need to install the Tipn app. Boom, they can claim this. And then, like I showed you before, they can go and immediately take the Tipn they received to start earning USDC. Even if they don't have any crypto in their wallet, this is a great way to onboard people to crypto, to show them like really crazy ways that crypto can be programmed and work and like set up these incentive flywheels of value. That's Tipn. But we're just sort of like scratching the surface of what's possible. Like right now we're talking about like P2P, like to tip, which is very interesting. You know, like it's crazy that you can turn a like button into a money button that sends money to anyone around the world, to as long as you have this Farcaster app. But there are some things that we're planning with other projects on the app that really highlight the power of these, like what's effectively streaming money, right? When you go into Tipn and you set that allowance, you turn on that tip value, you're turning on a money stream that you send money out simply by clicking the like button. This is different than like when you go to buy, like collect an NFT today, where you go, you have to do an approval, you have to then confirm the transaction. The friction's still there, even though it's simpler than other types of transactions. But I digress. There's a project called Sol Games, and it's like a daily jackpot. You go to the Sol-Games mini app, and let me see if I can pull it up and just show you. I don't want to close Tipn. 1 sec. So Sol Games. Can I type? Anyway, so we're over here. Here we go. There's the Sol Daily Jackpot. Normally, folks need to go into this app and they need to like manually buy tickets. So you're going through that same like approve, and then now that I've approved, now I need to actually purchase. Like this is the typical crypto transaction. It's simple, but really janky. Instead of that, what we've done by working together with Sol is like, hey, this is a cool project. Anyone that enters this jackpot will like, it adds to the pot. People can win. That's interesting. But it's like a 3-person team, Trimaxion, the base intern, and another member of their team. So what we've done with Tipn is we've set up a little Tipn action. Let's call it Tipn Bet. So any of the team members, including Trimaxion, if I like their cast, like we showed you before, I'm sending out $1. But instead of sending $1 to Trimaxion, my dollar is actually going to this jackpot, right? So it costs 1 cent to buy a ticket. So I'm buying 100 tickets with each of those Tipn likes that I sent. And it's adding to the pot, adding more, buying more tickets, simply by liking and clicking this like button on their accounts. This sort of Tipn action and setting up where the tips flow. This is where we see Tipn evolving heading forward. We want to work with more projects where we can go into mini apps and let folks with Tipn do fun, interesting, exciting interactions with the game, or for like example, communities, right? Someone may have a channel, for example, like WG Meets has a Danky gift channel, and he's the moderator. There's a lot of members in that channel that love sharing Danky gifts of old video game screenshots and talking about vintage video games and all that good stuff. WG Meets can set his casts such that anyone that sends him a tip sends the tip not to WG Meets, but to the Danky GIF channel fund. And any members in the Danky GIF channel, they could opt in and make their casts referring casts, so that if anyone likes their casts, they're also sending a portion of their tips to the Danky GIF channel to help get more money to do cool things in the Danky GIF channel. That's actually not yet live. The Trimaxion Solve Games example is live, but just wanted to kind of give a high level insight into where we're trying to take and integrate the Tipn protocol throughout the different communities, apps, and projects that are starting to blossom and bloom and sprout on the Farcaster protocol. Anyway, that was a whole lot. So I'm going to shut up here real quick, and I'm going to invite Show up on the stage to have a nice conversation. Try not to hit me in the face too much, dude.
Hey, y'all, how's my audio?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, man. Oh, but first off, I was like, I was thinking, man, like I can't curse because I know that Matthew's recording this because I know he's going to repurpose this clip or repurpose this presentation in order to use it as promo. If he's not, then he should, you know. I mean, I've said this already. I said this like a couple of weeks ago and a week before that or whatever. Like, I'm proud. I'm like insanely proud that Matthew really attacked this concept and idea, fully fleshed it out, and went nuts with it. You know, oh God, this for many of you that are not on the Purple app. Let me just tell you that the last week and a half has been like nuclear for Tipn. It's insane. You have they're brand new people that are onboarded onto Farcaster, and the first thing that they see are people talking about Tipn. If you don't know how big that is, let me just tell you that it's huge, like major. And this is all because of this man right here, who we know and we love. All right. So, that being said, I have like some pretty high level questions, but I'll save that actually after everyone gets theirs out first. So let me just go through these real quick because I've been watching Tipn straight through from start to finish. So mine are a little bit more nuanced. Okay, here's the first question. It's from Rizzle. Rizzle would like to know, do you feel like the long-term success of this project is dependent on creating a sustainable flywheel or multiple flywheels, as you mentioned during the presentation?
Yeah, I think the flywheel is what is helping to attract users and keep them using Tipn, because the more you use it, the more you get rewarded, is how it's set up. And people can use it however they want. They can be stakers, you know, they can buy the Tipn token, add liquidity to that coin market, stake it, and then start earning the USDC fees. Or folks, if they don't want to buy the token, they just have a little bit of USDC that they've been receiving because they've been active on Farcaster, those Tuesday rewards that the Farcaster team's sending out. Then they can just set up Tipn, you know, tip friends, signal folks, give them a little bit more higher value signal that they see them, you know, tip here, tip there, and then earn Tipn that way to participate, then stake and, you know, earn more USDC to tip more folks with. So it's designed to let people experience it and use it however they want, but it's designed also to reward everyone based on how much they use it. And with crypto, you know, like this is sort of the rub. Crypto is very cool, but the real value is when multiple people come in and actually use it to create something greater than the sum of the parts. So that's how we've sort of designed it. Outside of that, it's really important to grow a network like this, right? Because it's cool. Yeah, we have like we're top of the mini app store, but it's a very small network. There's 37 people on Farcaster is the running meme. We are doing a lot of on-chain tips, which is very cool. But again, if you zoom out and you look at other projects that are much larger, we know that there's so much further that we need to go to make this long-term sustainable. And that's where, for example, like the Tipn allocation program is set up to, for season 1 at least, help us get the Tipn token distributed out to a wider portion of the network and reinforce the Tipn meme. But also the Tipn allocation platform is designed to highlight and bring in and feature other app coins that are hopefully going to appear on the platform. We have a few different partners that we're talking with for seasons 2 and 3 to lock them in. And the thought there is that, well, first of all, we can give them that same sort of spotlight that we got. We've been growing in terms of installs. Our app has passed like 12,000 installs, closing in on 5,000 tippers, and then on daily active tippers around 2,000. So we have this growing base of active users that we can use to help promote these other projects, but then these other projects have their own communities. A large portion of those communities that may not be active Tipn users. So bringing in and kind of giving the big benefit of promotion, like an active paying user base to these projects in exchange for growing the Tipn network. Those growth strategies are really, really important. And then also, like I was showing, being able to integrate and have other projects come in and build on top of the Tipn protocol, or set up these interesting Tipn actions that stimulate increased usage of Tipn and increase the number of tips in the network. All of that needs to continue so that the network grows, so that this becomes longer term sustainable. So it's not like we need to do one or the other, or we just need to set the flywheel and everything's okay. The flywheel is the engine that lets us set up all these extra experiments to keep the growth wheel going. So they all work together, if that answers the question.
Yes, it does. That was very insightful. We have a question from Hidden Forces. He would like to know, have any artists used Tipn as a gatekeeping mechanism for an art experience?
There's been there was an early example of someone trying to run like a tip auction. It's like, hey, send me your largest tip. The person sends me your largest tip. I'll send them a minted artwork. That was okay. It wasn't like the most natural the natural fit for what Tipn is. But we're talking with an artist by the name of Push. On the Purple app, it's Push hyphen. I believe they're Italian. And they've been doing a whole bunch of token-based art experiments. There's an app called Reveal Cam, and you can hide anything behind their Reveal Cam in a way that requires folks to have a specific amount of a specific token to unlock, to view or mint the art, to see, for example, like a seed phrase, things like this. And this artist, they have their own coin called KC, and you need like a 10 million KC to unlock this Reveal Cam each time. Anyone that's been in crypto knows it's like, oh, another token that we need to know the address for. Super tricky. But we're working with Push so that, like, similar to what we saw with the Sol Games example, all of the casts by the specific artist, any Tipn likes they receive, that's going in and going to be auto-converted to this token of theirs, this KC token. And once enough tips are received such that like 10 million KC tokens are purchased, anyone who has tipped Push up until that point will be like one lucky winner will be randomly selected to win that 10 million KC so that they can go reveal the artwork. That's one way that we're working with an artist to try to make it easier to get to their artwork. There's for more traditional like art minting approaches. I'd love to see like an app, for example, like Rodeo, where new work comes, there's a 24-hour like mint window, but after that, the work just sits there unless someone makes an offer on secondary. But for especially new entrants, like making a secondary offer is a terrible experience, but some people may really just like art. And if they have Tipn, being able to Tipn like previously minted artwork is a way to give artists and maybe collectors like more recurring revenue. But in a similar way, if someone has Tipn liked a specific artist like $1 over the course of a month of Tipn liking their work, maybe there's an easy way to set up a gift mint that we send folks that do that. So that's another angle that we'd love to see when it comes to incorporating and using Tipn in an art forward way.
That's awesome. We have a question from Rizzle. He would like to know, are there platforms outside of Farcaster that you're exploring with Tipn? For example, maybe Discord?
Not yet. Like the Farcaster network, again, it's small, but the first target is to completely saturate this market and get to a place where some of these like Tipn action experiments really take root and become legitimately exciting. You know, everyone talks about bringing like crypto Twitter over to Farcaster, and yeah, that's like really important to grow the network. But we need to give folks that come over some like many things that are legitimately interesting to do and engage in. Those actions will probably happen within the mini app context. You know, if you go into the feed, it's largely very crypto centric. There's been some new blood injected that are like recording and showing videos. I know Easy in Crypto has a conversation lined up with Newt tomorrow. One of the newer users in the platform that does a lot of science forward, like TikTok style videos. But still, like it's very niche for a lot of folks. Most casual users are going to come and not be active talkers or yappers, but they're going to be coming in and they want to go into an app that's really fun, exciting, and ideally something that is only possible in a context like Farcaster. So we're very, very bullish on the long-term growth of Farcaster, and we're hopeful that with Tipn, we can help Farcaster grow by creating some of these more interesting experiences within the app. After that, then maybe it makes sense to expand, but if we're to look at like different platforms like a Telegram, right, where they also have like a mini app ecosystem, try to do things over there, or try to go to crypto Twitter to like bring tipping over there, we view that as a waste of time. Not the least of which because of like API risk. Some of these other projects being centralized, it could close us down, but also just like the dev effort involved to get everything to work. That would be non-trivial, and it would still not feel or work as smoothly as we can get it into Farcaster today.
That's cool. We have a question from Stina Jones. She would like to know, can we incentivize tips with our own rewards? For example, she drops X USDC on a post, and or if someone drops X USDC on a post, she'll airdrop some art or mail a person a sticker pack.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So because it's really interesting what you can do with programmable money, aka crypto. So like in Stina's example, if Stina wanted to opt in and say that, hey, any casts she makes, if anyone tips her USDC, we could set up an automated action that converts that USDC she's been tipped automatically to whatever token she would like, to then airdrop it back to the person that tipped her, for example. Or like if she wanted to airdrop a more substantial sum, then all the tips in a certain period that she receives could be converted to that token of hers that then is like randomly awarded to anyone that has tipped her within a like defined period. There's a lot of different angles you can work with there. And then like if you wanted to, instead of like converting to a crypto coin, I mean, if you receive those tips, you can take the USDC and use it as real money to buy like a sticker pack to mail them. Or if you wanted to do like a digital sticker pack, if that's what you were meaning, you could say that if you could set up the tip in action such that if you've been tipped anything, or if you've been tipped a dollar, then an NFT would be minted and sent to a specific party, or it could be randomly assigned. All of those scenarios are possible.
I like that. We have a question from Cheddar Queso, and this is in regards to the Tipn app. She's asking, does she have to claim her allocation for it to show up on the first page? What's the difference between the two allocation sections?
Yeah, a little bit confusing because it's similar terminology. On the Tipn page, that allocation there, if you see you have a balance, that is not Tipn that is in your wallet. That's Tipn that is in the Tipn company treasury that we're assigning and allowing certain individuals to tip out of. Like if you see that and you have an active balance, that's magic money that you can give away with that cast tip formula, where you go to reply to someone, 1,000 Tipn, boom, it's sent not from your wallet, but from the Tipn treasury. So that's the key distinction for the Tipn allocation on the Tipn side. What I sent you, Cheddar Queso, if you go to earn that Tipn allocation, once you claim that there, then that Tipn will be deposited into your Farcaster wallet. Does that answer your question and clarify the distinction?
Just waiting for her to respond in
There we go.
the general channel. Yeah, she said, yeah, right. We have a question from Easy in Crypto. He would like to know, will Tipn be on the new base wallet app from the beginning? It launched yesterday, by the way.
Yeah. No, we're fully integrated. It works if you sign up. If you go over there, you can use it and send Tipn likes as per normal. You'll be able to claim the Tipn rewards if you're sending USDC. If people send you allocation tips, you can claim there. If you're Tipn, you can claim the Tipn rewards too. It works same, which is a totally different app, totally different client, but thanks to a sufficiently decentralized social protocol, thing like crypto protocols like Tipn are interoperable across the ecosystem. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so I would like to know a couple of things.
Yeah.
I've been watching the growth of this, the birth of this. I want to tap myself on the shoulder for motivating you and Cam to do this. No, I'm kidding. But first off, how does it feel to have finally seen all of your efforts over the years kind of like coalesce into like this like bullseye of an idea and concept that seems to be resonating with so many people? It seems to be right in the mix, right at the top of like it at the moment. How does this really feel for you?
It's fun, but job's not done type situation. Like it's hackneyed, but you hear folks like Jesse say it's still day one. It's super true. And it sort of goes back to what I was talking about earlier. It's like, cool, we got some initial traction. We see that there's a spark, right, that other people are getting some enjoyment from, like obviously using, which is great. But like this is not the end goal. The end goal is to fucking grow this and make this just insanely massive and an onboarding place, a tool of a value distribution system for anyone with an internet connection to come in and start giving value and getting value back. We see this as a way to change the world. And we have an indication that if we keep going and if things continue to align and we continue to get just like absolutely amazing support from like, it's crazy. This is like a DeFi product, but there's a true blue community, right, of folks that are coming in, getting fucking inspired by this, creating art, getting jazzed off of the potential of this. Keep growing that, all those things together. We're very, very excited about that. And that's what I'm most excited about. Whatever like ranking on whatever mini app leaderboard, it's honestly very inconsequential at this point, because if that's all that happens, then like the full potential is not realized. And then it's like, it doesn't matter. But on the flip side,
this is also not the first time that like I've done this with Cam, for example, right? And it's not just like myself and Cam thing. It's like with the community. We go back to early Cent days. We saw that initial spark that was happening there before we fucked it up with that product update in 2020, right? We saw it again right after that with valuables and that NFT minting experiment we had, which fizzled after that because it's not super long-term sustainable. But taking all those lessons learned and then coming over to the Purple app, working on streak points and rebase, which like had their own signals, but obviously not a big spark. Just taking all those lessons learned from the past, putting them together, and continuing to experiment until you get another spark. After which we can keep leaning in and like, all right, making it better, completing the flywheel, adding another feature, leaning into the integrations. Just continually learning from the past experiments and heading forward. It's very cool that like that sort of broad framework continues to be like a viable way to do cool shit in the space that has like real material impact on folks that use it. And then now with Tipn, hopefully an impact that extends far beyond the 37 folks that are on the chat on the app today.
That's cool. Lastly, true or false? Incentivized engagement begets more incentivized engagement. Yes or no, and why?
Yes, just because people like we like incentives as human beings, right? I think where that may fall off is if the incentives are not juicy, or if it's forced, or if what you get from the incentive is not thoughtful and legit interactions. That's where you fall off, but it's true with that caveat. Further. All right. Thank you, Shell, first of all. And anyone else and everyone else that's been a big supporter of Tipn. Appreciate the hell out of you. Make sure, I think we may have included this on the guest book today, but make sure you include your Firecaster profile. After this, we'll be going through and we'll be sending out a whole bunch of Tipn allocations. So make sure, if you don't have the Firecaster app yet, this is this final call, get that signed up, and then we'll be sending out Tipn over to you so you can get in and start using the product and experience the Tipn flywheel. Boom. Rizzle, take this mic away from me. What are we doing?
Yo, I'm gonna help the audience here game the system. We got the WIP Meetup channel in. I still got the Warpcast link. It's a Farcaster link. That's where you want to post stuff. Excuse me. As you know, Matt co-produces this event with me and is also with one of the founders of Tipn Like. And so I have a feeling. Excuse me. I'm like choking on this. I don't even know what I'm eating. Choking on something. Anyway, if you post in that channel, Matt's probably going to hook you up. We're probably going to get tipped. And also, it's going to be part of this thing, too. Because Stella Cat, we got to give away a ton of her stuff. And I'm in the world right now dancing on this cat. And so this is this is what I want you to do to get more things. We got a guest book for you to sign. That's in world. You're going to get hooked up with the pirate rats. But I want y'all to hop in world right now. And if you could just take a screenshot. If you sign the guest book, I'm gonna hook you up with Stella Cat sent over like 100 CryptoKitties hoodies. So I can't even give all of them away today to people in the audience. So everyone who signs the guest book is gonna get a CryptoKitties hoodie. I'm gonna drop the link here. You can sign it in world. But if you hop in world with me and take a selfie with Stella Cat's cat, it's a big purple one. I'm dancing on its eyeball, either on your own or during the photo op here, and just tag Stella Cat. I'll drop her her handle in here. She's on the other side of the world, so she's never able to make it, but is always been like a huge supporter, and you all know her. She's been around for like fucking ever. So here, I'm gonna drop her handle. So if you tag Stella Cat, say thanks or whatever, say anything, you know, she's cool. Tag the WIP, and I'll make sure I hook you up with an additional thing that she sent over. So post stuff in the WIP channel. This is how you get all the things, right? We're like unloading today. Post stuff in the WIP channel on Farcaster. You're going to get tip and earn liked things coming from Matt and Cam, and appreciate Matt diving into that project. It's time the guest book. We're going to hook you up with that. Yeah, I'm on the cat eyeball. Hang on, I'll take a screenshot. I mean, you don't have to be on the cat eyeball, but if you hop in world in the WIP spot, Paradox is hopping up here on the cat eyeball with me. You know, take a screenshot. This is Stella Cat's. Sorry if I wasn't clear. Yeah, it's not like a scavenger hunt. It's the big ass purple cat. It's Stella Cat's hibachi trait that I had Fabiano give me the GLB for before this event. So yeah, the big ass purple cat. There's a frog dancing on its eyeball. Take a selfie with it. Tag Stella Cat. Tag the WIP, and I'll hook you up with an additional piece of Drifter's swag from Josie's collection. And that's how you get all the things. And there might even be more things that you're getting that I've lost track of. But you know, we took a couple weeks off, so we're just getting back in the swing of things. I do know that we need to do a group shot and at least hear Paradox's song, you know, follow some sort of protocol here. And I'm going to use that time as an excuse to figure out if there's anything else I've overlooked. But I think we're doing all right here. Let's do that. Let's do the group shot. Cue the music thing. I was just hoping that would work. We'll just sit here in awkward silence, though. Yeah, ready, go. Dragonate's mom is here. This is normally Dragonate is like pretty on point, but I don't know, he woke up late or something. We were like, Matt and I recording the podcast the other day, yesterday. Usually Dragonate's there. We're giving Cheddar Queso a chance to get in the world. This is fine. We're just killing some time. Dragonate's mom.
Sorry, I thought my bad. I had the shit muted, so I played it, but I guess no one fucking heard it.
Oh, that's good. You know, run it back, man. You get to hear it a few times. We took a couple weeks
Just
off.
a humble cameraman
Lol.
looking for a tiny bit of attention. It's me, Paradox. Get your asses in line and smile for the fucking camera. No one cares about Matthew and Rizzle, that's for sure. It's about me, Paradox. I'm taking over the show.
Test. 1, 2, 3. How am I sounding?
Yes.
Check. Awesome. Beautiful. Hi, guys. Been a while. Been away. Been doing some stuff.
Where have you been?
Thank you. Alrighty. If you don't know who I am, I'm Paradox. I'm the local resident videographer, or more lately, the photographer, I guess. But this is the point in the show where we take a group photo, as Rezel said. So we're going to keep it real simple this week. As everyone is on the Stella Cat, I figure let's everyone jump on its head. So there's only a couple more people to get there, and we'll take everyone on its head. So Patricia, Show, there we go. Just a couple more people. Who's down there? Merc. If you want to join, cool. Show's on his way. Merc, last chance. Excellent. I think that's going to be the fastest, most reactive photo time gathering we've done. So just easy. If you can face the other way, then that is almost perfect. Because the photo, it's up to you, Dragonate. Do you want to do some music? I'm only going to do one photo. If you got it, great.
Yes.
If not, perfect, easy. There we go. I'll take a couple, and I'll be giving these to Rizzle so he can post them.
Just a little love for breaking my heart. Just a bit of tears, it's never enough. Hold me in the dark, I'm falling.
Beautiful. Alrighty, I reckon that just about does it. Everything from me. So I'll see you guys next week. Cheers. Paradox out.
Yeah, I think we did pretty good. We'll be back next week too. Let's see. Dropping the guest book link one more time. Yeah, follow all of our stuff. Follow all of our people. Everyone in the crew here does awesome things on their own. We are back next week, and I think pretty much from this point forward, we're taking breaks here and there, but that was our summer break, at least for the moment. And we're building up the calendar for the fall. So if y'all are doing awesome things or know people who are doing awesome things that you would like featured on the WIP, be really aggressive and attack me and Matt in DMs and make sure we get these people on to do some cool shit as we're building up the fall calendar, because you know, as much as we can keep it, you know, in the community, people that you know, we all know and love doing awesome stuff, we want to make sure we continue to spotlight, you know, the awesome stuff from people who've been around here forever. So yeah, we know Epic Dylan, man, get his ass on here, and that goes for all of you. You guys know people doing cool shit, or if you're doing cool stuff yourself, let's make sure we get you a slot on the WIP in the next few months. So, Matt, dude, you talked a lot, man, and we just recorded a podcast yesterday that I felt really good about, man. I'm excited to drop that later. I think we got all the links and everything out there, man. But close it up for us, dude. What did we miss? Anything? I think we did pretty well.
Dude, I think we nailed it. Far too much yapping from me today. I'm probably gonna go into the woods and not talk for the next week or so until the next book. But yeah, we'll get the pod out. I said, I think after we thought the recording didn't go through, I was like, damn, that was like the best pod we recorded to date, in my selfish opinion. But luckily we got it. Jago worked his magic, fixed a lot of the audio, made it even better than it was. So we'll be getting that out. But anyway, hope everyone had a great break. Hope everyone's summer continues to go well. Keep using Tipn. Any suggestions, ideas, and like, for example, like Stina or any artists that have any amazing ideas that you like to implement, use Tipn for, please reach out to me. We're setting up something that should make that very easy. And like literally whatever ideas you have, you should be able to translate that very quickly. We'd love to help work with you to make that possible. So boom. With that, let's get into the Apties with show. Later, y'all.
Wait, is this thing on?
It's time for the Afties.
Hot takes, opinions, thoughts. Let's go. Yo, what's up, fam? How's my mic audio? I got like a new wire,
Yes.
and I had to like adjust. Thank you. Yo, I love you too. I can see his face anytime he says that shit. Hey, yo, whip fam, whip fam, whip fam, whip fam. What the fuck is up? Man, I don't even know what's going on. It's been over 900 degrees in New York City, and then there's a random day where it gets cloudy and it starts raining, but like raining in a way where the entire street is flooded. Multiple streets are just like you're walking in puddles. The entire street. The sidewalk and streets are all flooded to the point where if you go on TikTok, if you go on TikTok right now and you type in NYC flood, you're going to see multiple videos of train cars being flooded. I kid you not. Train cars in Manhattan flood. This doesn't happen. You cannot flood a train car. You know why? Because where the train car sits is a massive like track that is like a gap where just a little insight. I've dropped things in train track areas, and you gotta be quick. You gotta jump down, grab that shit, and hop back up. Hope the cops don't see you, and like other things. But the hop is like high. It's like higher than like the deep end of a pool. You gotta like have like ups. You gotta be able to hop and be able to have arm strength to like catch you and like full on push up your way up back onto the platform. So imagine water seeping into that and then flooding this is it, and then the next day it's all sunny and hot and shit and sticky. This shit has been, look, the whole fucking point of this is the fact that why the fuck are we going on vacation? Why? I don't need a vacation. There's no point. There are no breaks in Web3. With fam, I'm losing it. Like, Mike, there are no, let me tell you something. Holidays as an adult make me roll my eyes. I don't need a holiday. Do you understand me? I need activity. All right? There's been years of stagnation. I don't have time to take time. I need to use my time to create and beget things that utilize time. A vacation, time off. Maybe this is a byproduct. Maybe this is some kind of psychotic byproduct of being a New Yorker. You know, because they say, like everyone's always saying, we're hustling. We're addicted to the grind and all these things. I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? I don't need a day off. Do you understand me? Every day feels stagnant. The whole point is to make the most of your day. Do you understand me? And I am screaming, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know, like my mic has a new wire and things sound whatever. This isn't palatable. This isn't digestible audio. My point is, sure, I would like to take time off, but I don't want to. Throughout my day, I know when I can ease off the gas and I could go full sprint. You know? So, and if you cobble all that together throughout the weeks, throughout the months, whatever, it kind of adds up to where you're like, okay, cool. It's like, no, this day is the day where I'm like, all right, this is where I'm chilling and like I can take the mental break that's necessary. I know what the grind is. I know what it is. And it sucks. It sucks bad. But at the same time, you don't get anywhere. You don't get anywhere. Anyway, I'm not shitting on the fact that we took 2 weeks off, but I did feel I hate it, man. I love you all. I want to be here in the fucking mix. I want to ask questions and shit. I want to share shit and do things, man. So 2 weeks off from the whip, I'm like, dude, what do I do with my life? Oh my God, it's a Thursday. Like, I can't set my alarm for like, what am I doing? So I'm just walking around and shit. I'm walking around in 90-degree heat, just thinking. Do I need to think? You really want me to fucking think, man? I have 8 fingers, 2 thumbs, and 8 toes and 2 appendages. I don't want to fucking think. Do you understand? Oh my God. Yo, WIP fam, if you have no idea what the fuck is going on, you're brand new to this shit, you're like, dude, why is this guy yelling at me? What is this? Welcome to the Afties. I'm your host, Show. You already know. If you don't know, you now know that this is a segment, a portion, an aspect of this product, this entity, this entertainment thing, a jig that was cobbled together that isn't owned by the base app. Brought to you, empowered by yours truly. The motherfuckers who brought you Sit, the motherfuckers that brought you Tipn, the motherfuckers that brought you Token Smart, the motherfuckers that brought you Anisha, the motherfuckers that brought you so many iterations of dope ass shit in this fucking space, time and time and time and time again. Value. Time and time and time again. Value. You're all valuable. It's less about the numbers in the voice channel, but more about the bright minds the people who are in this here. Each of these people do shit. All of you do things, which is way more powerful than the casual internet user. The casual consumer just wants to be force-fed, wants to be educated, wants to be told how to consume a product. Even when they say, oh, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, they still want to be consumers. Aside from that, I just want to let you know that all the activity right now is on Farcaster. All of it. All of the activity is on Farcaster right now, to the point where you have Web 2 entities masquerading as Web 3 products, looking to create umbrella products that encapsulate the energy and other things that are associated with a native Web 3 product that seeks to be a Web 2 product. What I mean is the base app saying, hey, I'm going to big bro this, and I'm going to wrap my hands around you because you have all the energy. It's kind of like someone trying to encapsulate Kai Cenat. Just for the younger millennials and Generation Zers in the room. And you're like, what? Yeah. That's basically what it feels like. But aside from that, first let me talk about something very important. Tipn. The reason why I brought up Farcaster is because I want to talk about Tipn. I've been giving my opinion on Tipn for weeks now. And those of you in the voice channel should have been caught up, because it's been a full-on war for Tipn. Tipn has been going to war on Farcaster, believe it or not. Matthew hasn't shared what's been happening, but I'm going to tell you what the fuck has been happening. First off, if you can, give your love to Matt, because I'm pretty sure he's been going through, not negatively. He hasn't been going through it negatively, but it's more like he's been firing on all cylinders. Matthew has been going in like nuts, like getting this shit fucking like to fucking be everything, be everywhere, do everything. The reason being is because he's been making a lot of he's been utilizing his network. He's been making friends with a whole bunch of different people, like devs, faces of other products and protocols and platforms. He's been really moving and shaking and utilizing these in order to make some pretty awesome brand-to-brand partnerships. That's been helping a lot of other people. I've seen it in real time. I've seen Easy seen it in real time. Paradox popped in one time on this one product. We're talking about pardon me. We're talking about a livecaster. Shout out to Say Angel and the livecaster team. It was like a perfect marriage between these two. Like Matthew saw this, like he had the foresight to see like, hey, live chatting on Farcaster is gonna be the thing. Many things have been ported to Farcaster. There's a form of Twitter Spaces, just the Spaces in general, has been ported there. But there's no chatting aspect in real time in order to engage with people. But Livecaster's been a thing because it feels a little bit more intimate. People are talking shit. Livecaster's been great because incentivized chatting in real time. Even the creator of Livecaster didn't realize, like, holy shit, like there's so many, you get live notifications of people talking in this chat client, in addition to the engagements being notifications, in addition to like the tips flying, like people have been sharing. It's incentivized engagement on roids thanks to this. And Matthew had the foresight to partner with them for the F1 events first, and then do the NBA finals, and then just other things. And I say this specifically because Tipn has had some competition, and I said this before, but I just want to double this down for those of you who don't understand. Tipn has had some competition in the form of this other app called Noise. And what I admire how Cam and Matt approach this, because when there's another competitor in the market, you tend, I think people who are high level thinkers or I guess less confident or whatever, would immediately get aggressive. They did the opposite, where they say, hey, listen, competition is welcome. We love what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. But then it got weird, like last week or something like that. I wish I had the screenshots, but it got weird, and I'm pretty sure Matt noticed this too. So last week, Tipn was featured in the mini app section. So casual Farcaster users were like, oh shit, what's this? Right? Because they've been seeing Noise, this app called Noise, right? That came around a little bit after Tipn was launched. But it got a little bit of mind share and market share on Farcaster because they're like, oh, whatever. Anyway, Tipn was featured. A lot of energy came towards Tipn, a lot of education. Matthew writing a ton of long form and short form content in order to redundant content, but it was necessary in order to keep hammering home the message for this app and its benefits towards the people and Farcaster as an app as a whole, whatever, right? So anyway, someone wrote a little thread. Oh, Tipn versus Noise, and in this thread, there was a lot of misinformation. They skewed towards Noise being a better app that came first, that allows you to do to tip in USDC, that allowed you to recast in USDC, and like all these things. But it was very surface and fluff, while somewhat downplaying Tipn, even though giving Tipn a little bit of light. But it wasn't the light that I liked. So immediately, shout out to Matthew. That's what I'm saying. You need to give him, pat him on the fucking back, show him some love, like root for him. And no, I'm not just saying this because I want a fucking Tipn allocation from Quotient or whatever like that. But like they really show him some love because like he's been on it in terms of replying, like the whole, like Yelp reviews, like where like the owner of a product is like Johnny on the spot, like responding quickly to anything that's kind of like a negative or kind of mediocre, lukewarm response towards the app. He responded by re-educating the individual by telling him, hey, no, Tipn came first. Not only that, our team were the innovators in terms of incentivized engagement. Obviously, Matthew mentioned during his presentation of Tipn about Cent being incentivized long form content, incentivized NFT presentation, short form content. It was a lot of incentivized engagement. These are the innovators of this, and Cent was around years ago, and it just came around again. The concept and idea. But not only that, not just that, Tipn came first. So he had to re-educate this individual, and he went back and forth with him, not negatively, but he had to keep re-educating this individual, and the person was like, oh, I didn't know. Basically, that meme, like, oh, I wasn't familiar with your game. That's basically what happened. So he's like, okay, I gotta do more research on you, blah, blah. But it didn't stop there. It didn't stop there because this thread caught the attention of the creator of Noise. And now this is where, again, I pat Matthew on the back. The creator of Noise went really low frequency on his response, where he basically just said, God damn it, what the fuck did he say? Don't hate me because I don't remember. I wish I had the screenshots. But basically he was alluding to like how Noise, it was the better app, or like it came first and then he had to be re-educated on the fact that it wasn't, and that it didn't innovate the concept, the idea. Instead of being like mutual friendly competition, he wanted open competition or whatever like that. But he was shut down. If I remember this exchange correctly, please, Matthew, correct me if I'm wrong here. But just from the outside looking in, it looked like he took bait where there wasn't bait, and he went low frequency. But it wasn't aggressive, but it was just like, it's like, all right, man. But anyway, I say all that to say, Noise, but before this exchange, Noise also released a Farcaster campaign, an engagement campaign, where they said, hey, please recast this and tag your favorite people or creator on Farcaster at the same day that Tipn first started trending in the mini apps page. front and center at the top of everything, and trending as the second trending mini app. And I felt like it was weird because it felt like to me like they were trying to step on the fact that Tipn got this attention, you know. So anyways, but I engaged anyway because I was like, hey, my strategy, which kind of looked, you know, whatever, because I'm like Tipn Max, it's his home team. So I engage with it. I recast and I tag people. Actually, by the way, I tagged WG Meets. Yolantis was here and they left, but they were here in the voice channel a couple of seconds ago. And I tagged WG. And also Konohime, Dariv, and because like they're the last people who followed me that day. I tag them and I say, hey, these are creators, blah blah blah, because you get a noise allocation if you tag people. Needless to say, Noise didn't even acknowledge the fact that I tagged this and I engaged. There's a broader issue with Farcaster in terms of like who they consider valuable. So you get kind of left out of certain things. It's weird, especially since I have a Farcaster Pro. I paid $120 for Farcaster Pro, and yet I'm still left out of things or whatever. That's neither here nor there. Point is, I felt like this was a strategy in order to step on Tipn's momentum. And I'm like, whatever. So the scene is follow-up or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Long story short, after this engagement last week, Tipn suddenly fucking exploded. They introduced their Tipn allocation that was similar to what DGen does, where you type in, oh, you like something. Instead of not only liking someone's cast, they get the tip directly to their wallet. You can also utilize the Tipn master like the Tipn treasury, allocation treasury. You can tip directly from the Tipn treasury allocation account if you really like something. Similar to DGen, easier to understand than DGen. And this shit started like just trending. So many people using it. And it exploded where everybody's talking about it. So now fast forward to yesterday. God damn it. You're like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Fast forward to yesterday. The TBA announcement. TBA standing for the base app. Coinbase, they've been hinting at this for a long time. That they're gonna have an app. They released an app. This app has a wallet. This app, what else does it have? Oh, it's you can show NFTs. What else? Oh, you have mini apps in this app. And this app uses Farcaster as a mini app. Not only that, you can connect to Farcaster from this app. To me, it felt predatory. Yeah, Juxin, exactly. Right? So they rode the train, the hype cycle of Farcaster. I'm going to explain how Tipn is tied into all this. They rode the train and the hype cycle because Jesse Pollock has been to FarCon. He's been utilizing Farcaster, and he said, hey, you know what would be great? If we can have Coinbase's exchange tied into Farcaster. But not just tied in as a mini app. No, we're going to big bro you. We're going to wrap you in our ecosystem and have you integrated into us so we can blood suck all of your people into utilizing us and indirectly utilizing the Coinbase exchange, but also promising that our users will be funneled into your app, which is what DWR believes. But I was like, dude, I think I see how it's mutually beneficial in a way, but I don't know. That's just whatever. I don't know. So they had the presentation. I wish I had the video. I tried to find the YouTube live stream. It was a lot of talking. A lot of Jesse Paul talking, a lot of Gary V. There was a lot of fucking Gary V talking. If you click on me in the voice channel, you'll see that I'll try to show the presentation. This was just their video. I don't know if I want to play it or whatever. But it's basically what you think it is. It's Coinbase trying to be cool, but shout out to Jesse Pollock. I'm not trying to cut you off at the knees. Reason being, you're smart. You're smart. You saw how this would benefit you and your product and your platform and generate revenue in a way where the centralized exchange wasn't generating revenue anymore. And it's Q3. You saw this before Ledger. You saw this before Rainbow Wallet. You saw this before who else? Oh, Uniswap's wallet, the Leather Wallet, Trezor, and most importantly, chief among them, you saw this before MetaMask. You saw this before MetaMask and Phantom Wallet. Oh, incentivized social, utilizing our centralized exchange. Why? Because we need people touching things. You have all these people who are already educated on tech, touching things. We know we can onboard people because we had a Super Bowl commercial where you can scan a QR code. We know we can onboard normies because the first thing that they do when they type in, oh, crypto, you see Coinbase pop up. Gary V is so annoying when explaining things. He says something about, it was this side note. He says some shit about, oh, there are kids in Nigeria that are finally utilizing crypto through something. And I was like, and then he said he's pissed off at kids. I don't know. Look, if you watch the video back, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. I was like, Gary, what the fuck are you talking about? What the... Anyway, so you're wondering what this has to do with Tipn. I say this to say that Jesse Pollock did two things very well. He utilized Farcaster, saw the value, went to Farcon, as opposed to doing something for NFT NYC. At Farcon, he met individual creators, individual devs that were doing things. He used their apps, saw what he liked, saw what had the most traction, that had the most runway, a future. And he said, hey, I want this on our major app, in addition to having Farcaster serve as an app / entry point that we are serving as a rapper for. Rapper as in WRAPPER, not the music thing skill set. And not only that, he's been best friends with Matthew this whole time. He's been best friends with Matt this entire time. Matthew's network is insane. I don't know how the fuck Matthew makes friends. I don't know how to make friends anymore in the meat space or in Web3. It's difficult. It's tough. If you have a network, kudos to you. But he's engaged with Matthew and Cam, in addition to other people too. The thing that I didn't like is that Noise made a presentation yesterday, and it was terrible. It's a terrible fucking presentation. We were all shit posting and talking shit in the Livecaster app. Again, shout out to Say Angel and the Livecaster team. We were all talking shit because the presentation was terrible. It was a bad presentation. I'm pretty sure that Matthew would have knocked it out the park, you know? So this war or whatever, it's like, yeah, sure, they're there, you know, but Tipn has eclipsed them, I feel, in terms of coolness. There are people who are pushing Noise, but there are people who really are like they're fucking with Tipn in a way that's like cool, that you would be proud of. That would really like, you're like, yeah, man. Yeah. I just want to look at this video, you know, just real quick. If you click on me in the voice channel, let's just look at this video. I think this is I don't know what the fuck this is. Just look at this. I share sentiment. I share the same sentiment with Dragonade. Why are you showing me and why are you writing the names of like fonts, like literally, and then bold italicized fonts, and then like why, like what is this video? And then it reminded me that they also said that you're gonna use the app in order to pay for things in the real world with Stripe or something like that. So it's like PayPal / Cash App, and then look, man, look. I'm not hating because I already see that this is gonna be an onboarding vector for the casual user looking for a quote unquote safe way to engage with crypto. But I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what I just looked at. Great, and then it said build something. I don't know, man. All right, all that being said, I mean, it hasn't escaped me that within the past 2 days, with the hype of this announcement, the price of Ethereum shot up. It shot up into the low 30s. I'm gonna say it's the 3000s, the low 30s, whatever, right? And I wonder if this was because of this app launching, And then that makes me wonder, like, what the fuck, just like what is going on. But this is also the first time in a very long time where the price of Ethereum no longer affects my overall asset value, and that's sad. And that's only because of its underperformance. It's the first time in a long time where it doesn't instantly mean things for like my wealth, and that's depressing. So I believe engaging with that app is depressing too, but it is what it is. It's a means to an end. A means to an end is all that we need, right? A means to a fucking end. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming through this edition of the After. Shout out to the entire leadership team at meme.com. WIP crew, I love each and every single one of you. WIP fam, if you're not on Farcast, you should get on it. Because honestly speaking, there's a lot more going on there than there is on crypto Twitter. I just use crypto Twitter just to like keep an eye on things, not really engage. It's Twitter's kind of boring. I mean, I don't get engagement there anyway, and I don't get the dopamine hits. But on the flip side, I don't really get engagement on Farcaster either. Maybe it's a personality thing. Maybe it's a strategy thing. I don't do what I used to do, where I would schedule my posts. I would have like 10 posts and then have it full of things. I know the strategy. I know how to do it. But I kept it more to vibes instead of trying to be like the man and shit. But yeah, I don't know. Algos, man. Algos. But go there anyway. It's fun. I play crossword puzzle on Farcaster. There's a trivia thing that happens. Like you get random mints. Easy's all over the place doing shit and doing science videos and like claiming all kinds of fucking shit. Hey, shout out to Easy, man. I love Easy. Yeah, if you don't already, please hop on Farcaster and follow all of us. I told you, we're there, and we could create a flywheel of liking and recasting each other's shits. We can do that and add some interpersonal engagement. But anyway, WIP fam, I love you all. See you later.
One, two, three, four.